Jai Hind, Jai Hind to all. Today I am here to explain the very important topic of the software project management, and that is the project portfolio management. Okay, as we have in previous lecture we have told you all the basic things of the software project management, like definition of software, then definition of software project, and what is the difference between software project and hardware project, what are the different activities that can be performed in the project management. So, all these basic concepts we have explained in the previous lectures. Today we will discuss the project portfolio management. That is a very important part of the project management. Why that is important? Because we know that in any particular organization, in any company, enterprise, in any organization, a number of projects are running concurrently. That means, a organization is not only focused on a single project, but number of different type of projects are running at the same time. Then for the top management, or you can say for the board of management, that is very necessary to manage all the project. What is the meaning of to manage all the project? In order to manage all the project, they have to analyze the resources, okay, because how they can manage, how can they can schedule their resources so that that can be maximally utilized, because the same project can be utilized for one project at a time, and the same project, same particular resource can be utilized for the other project on some other times. So, it will be very necessary, very means important step to analyze the resources and the requirement of the resources by the different project. So, that is the part of project portfolio management. Okay. So, portfolio means in portfolio the number of projects, okay, in a particular portfolio number of projects are running. So, to manage the portfolio, you have to look after every project, okay. Just like project manager, they focus only a particular type of project. It may be the a project leader may focus on a particular type of project, okay, but the higher authority, they have to manage all the projects, they have to manage all the resources, they have to manage the time, effort, human resources, budget, everything. So, that is the part of project portfolio management. So, here we can see that, so when there are many projects are run by the organization, it is vital for the organization to manage their project portfolio. This helps the organization to categorize the project and align the project with their organizational goal. That is very important. That means, project portfolio help to achieve the vision of a particular organization by number of different activities that may be known as the mission. So, PPM, in short we can say project portfolio is well known by the short term PPM, okay, project portfolio management. So, that can be defined in more formal way, like that is the centralized management of processes, methods and technologies used by the project management team. For what purpose? To oversee and evaluate existing or proposed projects. Okay. So, that is the formal definition of the project portfolio management. That is the centralized activities, or you can say centralized management process that include processes, methods, technologies, all these together. For what purpose? To manage each and every project in a particular project portfolio. So, you can assume that, you can imagine what is the importance of this project portfolio management. Okay. So, because if you not manage all the, if you not manage all the projects, then it may be possible that some project may succeed and some project may not. Okay. So, it is very important. Next, the objectives of project portfolio management. Let us see what are the different objectives of the project portfolio management. So, the need to create a descriptive document which contains vital information such as name of the project, estimated time frame, cost and business objectives. So, what is the need of the project portfolio management? Because when we follow the project portfolio activities, then certainly we maintain a particular document, and that is very important. Okay. So, in that document what we have to mention, what we have to specify? We have to specify the name of projects, like what are the names of the different projects running in same portfolio. Then what are the estimated time frame of each and every project. So, you have to mention against the name of the project what are the time frame, what is the expected delivery time, then cost and the business objective, what is the business objective of that particular project. Second one, the project needs to evaluate it on a regular basis to ensure that project is meeting its target and stays in its course. So, continuous management, continuous evaluation of project is very necessary. Why? In hardware project, we know that in hardware project, at any time by looking that project, you can estimate what percentage of that project is completed. Okay? Like 50%, 70%, 80%, because that is visible to you, no? But in the case of software project, that is very hard. Okay. So, it is very necessary to estimate the means completion, a portion of the project that is completed. You have to look a close eyes on that project. That means, you have to manage, you have to evaluate, you have to assess the project on regular time of interval. Okay. It is not the case of the hardware project, that after 6 months, after 5 months, after 4 months, after 1 month, you see the project, you see the product, and you can easily guess, easily estimate what portion of that project is completed. But that is not the case in software project, because in software project it is not visible. By looking, you cannot guess, you cannot estimate what portion of that project is completed. So, what you have to do? So, there is a number of tools like PERT, CPM. By using these tools, you can regularly monitor the project. Okay. And so, this is the need of the project portfolio objective. If you manage all the projects, then you can, that means you are regularly monitoring that project. Then the selection of team players who will look, who will work towards achieving the project's objective. Okay. So, that is the third need or objective. That means, when you are managing the projects, all the projects, then you can decide, you can select a particular appropriate team, appropriate human resources, appropriate other computing resources, and you can utilize it well. And why project manager to focus on PPM? Okay. Why the project managers need to focus on project portfolio management? So, as we know that PPM is crucial for the project to be successful, as well as to identify any backlogs if it were to occur. Okay. Project managers often face a difficult situation arising from lack of planning, and sometimes this may lead to a project withdrawal. So, why project manager need to focus on PPM? If they are not focusing on the project portfolio management, that means there may be some lagging, or that may be some oversee of a particular project, and that can result in withdrawal of that project, or you can say that can result in failure of that project, or you can say that cannot be launched well before time, so that that can sustain in the market, or you can get a good revenues. So, for that you have to focus on the project portfolio. And then it's a primary responsibility of project manager to ensure that there are enough available resources for the projects that an organization undertakes. So, this is the responsibility of project managers, that they have to evaluate, they have to assess the availability of the resources, what are the number of available resources, and how they can utilize their resources among different projects. Okay. And proper resource will ensure the project is completed within the set timeline, because you know that if there is not proper availability of resource, then how you can assume that, how you can think that that project will be complete well in time, because that suffer if there is a lack of the resources, either computing resources or human resources or the skills. Anyone is missing, then certainly that projects go means that not deliver well in time. Okay. And if a project is not delivered well in time, certainly their market values will be reduced exponentially, because if any other competitors launch that product well in time before you, so there is a lot of chance that their project will succeed and your not succeed as per expectations. So, project managers also may wish to work on projects which are given its utmost priority and value to an organization. So, other is the need why the project manager focus on the PPM. That is very important step, a very important fact, because if number of projects are running in the organization, and certainly suppose there is some lack of the resources at any point of time, that means number of projects require the same resource, and how you assign the resource at that time, you have to consider the priority of the project, which project have the higher priority in that organization, because some project may be delayed 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, even 1 month, but some projects are very critical to the time. That means you have to complete at any cost within time. So, that type of projects is given the priority. So, you have to assign the resources in that type of project first. When they complete the task, you can release that, you can take that resource and you can assign to some other. So, project manager also may wish to work on projects which are given its utmost priority and value to an organization. This will enable project manager to deliver and receive support for quality projects that they have undertaken. So, PPM ensured that these objectives of the project manager will be met. So, we have discussed the number of objectives, number of facts, number of need, number of goals for which the project manager have to focus on PPM. The 5 question model, that is very important for the project managers. This is the 5 question model, help to manage the projects in portfolio. The 5-question model of the project portfolio management illustrate that the project manager is required to answer the 5 essential questions before the inception as well as during the project executions. Okay. So, they have to ask these 5 questions and try to find the solution. The answer to these questions will determine the success of implementation of projects. Okay, let us see what are the questions in the 5-question model. Let us see this one, first one. Are we investing in right things? Okay. Are we investing in right thing? That is very, very important questions that should be answered. That means a particular projects that are running that you want to start. So, you have to evaluate what is the value of that project for you, for your organization and for the market, for the customers. That means, are you going to invest invest in right things? That means project is appropriate for you. If yes, then you have to come at the next question, that are we optimizing our capacity? Okay, that is the other question. That means you have to ask with yourself, are we optimizing our capacity? That means what are our capacity? Capacity in the sense human resource, hardware resource, software resource, skills, all the infrastructures, all these. So, are we optimizing? That means is it optimal use of that resources are going on or not? Then the next question, are we realizing promised benefit? That is very important for an organization, because you are wasting your time, you are investing, not wasting, you are investing your time, effort, money, all 3 important parameters. Then certainly you have to estimate what will be returned. That means, are we realizing promised benefit? Are you going to estimate and you can ensure that with that project you can get good return, good revenues. The next question, can we absorb all the changes? Okay. What does it mean? Can we absorb all the changes? All the changes in the sense, because you know that these technologies are dynamic in nature, that are means changing its behavior, its nature day by day. Okay. What programming language are used before 10 years, that is not in so popular nowadays. A number of different new languages and new supports are coming in the market. So, you have to estimate, you have to ensure that it's your organization by taking that project is able to absorb if there is any change. If yes, then okay. If no, then you have to analyze why no. What are the lacks? Then other question is, how well are we executing? That means how well we are executing the projects. How well in the sense? That means the execution of all the activities should be in proper way, because when set of rules you are created or set of protocols you are created, but if that is not executed in proper way, everything is waste. Okay. All these things is only written on the paper, no sense of that. So, all the plan, all the strategic planning, all the activities that you have planned should be executed in proper way, should be executed in with good intentions. Then the last one, are we investing? So, all these 5 questions, okay, you have to cover, you have to ask. And by using this 5 question model, you can manage, you can answer whether your project will be appropriate for your organization or not. Next is project portfolio management steps. That is very important. So, what are the steps in the project portfolio management? Because each and every management have the set of activities or set of steps you have to follow. So, here there are the 4 basic steps. First one, determine business objectives. Okay, first of all, you have to analyze, you have to determine, you have to find out what are the business objective of the organization with that project. Collect and research information on potential projects, then narrow your list and select the best projects, validate portfolio feasibility and initiate the projects. So, one most important thing, project portfolio is not only manage the projects that are running, but also that manage or that evaluate the upcoming projects. What are the possibility of upcoming projects, and means if number of projects are in queue, then which one should be taken first, which one should start first. So, all these possibility, all these activities are managed in here. So, let us explain one by one all the 4 steps that is very important in the project portfolio management steps. The first one, determine the business objectives. So, in order to settle on the project that work for your organization, team need to be on the same page. Okay. One of the most popular way to create the alignment is to develop a strategy map that outlines exactly what the business objectives and how the team members should prioritize them. That means that first step say you have to align your means human resources with your objective of your organizations. Okay, means each and every one of your organization should have a clear picture of the business objective of organization with that projects. What are the business interest of that organization with that projects. Okay. The next one is collect and research information on potential project. Potential project means the projects that is not running at the current time, but that may be start. Okay, that means their requirement is there, and you have finished the initial requirement analysis and all these things, and but you are not starting yet. Okay, that is the potential that may be started. Okay, so that may be project in execution in the next time. So, compile a list of ideas for the potential projects and research those ideas, then put together some high level details on those ideas like potential resource requirement. And the third one, narrow your list and select the best project. So, when you analyze all the projects, potential projects, now you have to narrow your list. That means you have to select the, you have to consider the priorities, and on the basis of priorities you have to select some good project that can be start now. And the last one, that is the validate portfolio feasibility and initiate the project. Then again at the last one you have to finally analyze the feasibility of that project for your organization, for your team, for your for customers, and then you can initiate the project, you can start that project. Okay. So, all these are the very basic 4 steps of that particular portfolio management. Okay. Thank you. Meet you in the next lecture. Jai Hind.